company labels drivers that accept low-paying orders as high desperation and then stops showing them high-priced orders. Tips aren't really going to drivers. When a customer pays for priority delivery, it doesn't actually make their food get to them faster. The company delays all of the other orders. The fees charged just go straight to a corporate slush fund for lobbying money and more. The consensus is that this post is AI generated due to a watermark from Google's AI found on it, but it went viral because the claims feel believable, so we looked into finding any evidence that this kind of scamming could actually be happening. Priority delivery. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there's any clear evidence on this yet, but the desperation score. A legal expert, Vina Dubal, confirmed that algorithmic wage setting is real and legal. It allows firms to personalize and differentiate wages for workers in ways unknown to them, which could mean paying as little as the system determines that workers may be willing to accept.
The bigger issue might be transparency. When companies like Uber or DoorDash use complex algorithms, both drivers and customers are left guessing how the system really works.
Well, it looks like DoorDash is replacing us with these guys. This is called Dot. It looks like my DoorDashing days are done. Dot is gonna replace me. This guy is gonna replace me! Nah, but apparently they're testing it out in Phoenix, I believe. I don't know how exactly those little robots are going to work, because how is that ever gonna be a thing? I can see self-driving taxis, you know, and taking over Lyft and Uber, but robots delivering food, yeah, it's just not gonna work. It can hold up to 6 pizzas, it says, and 30 pounds of food. So it could be good for these non-tip McDonald's orders, sure, down the street. I just don't know what Dot's gonna do when they go inside a McDonald's restaurant and get no help for about 30 minutes. And then what is Dot gonna do when McDonald's gives them the wrong order and they go and deliver it to the customer? Now the customer has to talk to Dot about it or has to contact support. Dot is gonna quit. Dot will quit after the first day. He's only gonna be doing non-tip orders for sure. No tips at all. And then what happens when he falls over? Who's picking him up? Nobody. He just runs off a curb. He's donezo. And good luck getting inside apartment buildings where you need a code. Dot is going to be stuck outside the gate. He's not going to be able to get in. Does he even know how to operate elevators?
DoorDash is currently testing delivery robots. It'll be interesting to see not only how the deliveries work, but also how expensive it will be to maintain these robots. Repairs, charging, and software updates could become a big cost.
Both Uber Eats and DoorDash are currently working with this one company that's going to replace us with delivery robots. Today's day 20 of researching a new stack every day for the next 365 days. Today I want to talk about a company called Serve Robotics, stock ticker SERV. Serve builds small autonomous robots that drive on sidewalks to deliver food, groceries, and even small packages. These robots use sensors, cameras, and AI software to avoid people and navigate the streets. The robots currently handle short trips in major cities, which can eliminate the use of cars or drivers. They're currently in an agreement with Uber to deploy 2,000 sidewalk delivery robots across the US by the end of 2025. And they even have a multi-year partnership with DoorDash.
Uber and DoorDash are clearly moving toward automation. But robots from Serve Robotics currently operate only on short routes. So for now, they look more like a supplement to human couriers rather than a full replacement.
So I hope y'all Uber drivers and Lyft drivers heard that in the next couple years, y'all jobs gonna be meaningless. They didn't already drop the wireless robot cars on most of the streets. They are putting them out on the streets. Uber already put a few out to see how it goes. So now they finna have robots driving people around from place to place, and that's gonna get rid of humans. So what that mean for y'all? That means the money that we're gonna pay to get these Ubers is going right to the company. They don't need to pay nobody for driving because they going with robots.
Automation in delivery makes sense from a business perspective, lower costs and more control. The real question is how quickly this technology can match the flexibility that human drivers have in real city environments.
What happened to Uber? What happened to Uber? I've been driving Uber for 6 years, Lyft for 3 or 4 years. What's going on with Uber? No rides, no rides. In 2 hours, I got offered 2 rides, which was $10 one and $7 one. That's it. What happened to the Uber I used to work for? Oh my God, is it me, my app, or is it everybody, or we just have a lot of driver, or we don't have enough customer? What's going on with the Uber? Come on, I gotta leave, or I need to look for a different city or something that I need to go to work to, because my city is cooked. It is cooked. Gotta go somewhere to work.
Many drivers say orders are becoming less consistent, forcing them to look for work in other cities or on other platforms. It shows how unstable gig economy work can still be.
Hey people, I came to let y'all know I'm no longer using Uber or Lyft or any kind of app service anymore. I'm done with them. I am going back to the good old days of the car service where you call the number and request a ride. You tell them where you want to go and where you're at. They give you a price, and that's it. No hidden fees. Today, I was at the gym, and it took a while for the bus to come, so I was going to call the cab service. My friend was like, well, why you going to do all that? I was going to call Uber. And she was like, why'd you going to do all that? Call the cab service. The cab service are easy, and they'll come pick you up, and they'll give you a flat rate. Because he was like, yeah, I did that yesterday. It was cheaper. Okay. So I said, I haven't thought about that because I grew up on the cab service. That's how I got around in my teens, in my 20s. It's like, call me a cab. Hello, it's me. And they'll tell them destination where you're going and they come pick you up. So I went back to the good old days where I called the cab service and they were like, oh, I said, where you going? I told them where I'm at, where I'm going. And she said to me, $17. $17. Now, when I called Uber, it was $30. But hold up, that's not even with the tax and all the other stuff, the hidden fees that's included in the tip. So I went with the car service.
There's also the customer side of the equation. If fewer people order rides or delivery, drivers naturally get fewer requests. Platforms depend on both customers and drivers to keep the system running.
I'm calculating when your job gets replaced by a robot. Today, Uber drivers. And it's happening faster than you think. Here's the replacement timeline. In 2025 testing, Waymo already does over 250,000 paid rides per week, and Tesla just launched Robotaxi in Austin. 2026, scaling. Waymo expands to Atlanta, Miami, DC. Tesla starts testing in multiple cities. 2027, price wars. Robotaxi companies go head to head. Prices collapse, 40% less than human drivers. To me, this is just a race to the bottom. Whichever company provides the fastest, cheapest route to go from A to B wins. How low can earnings go before humans just give up? We're about to find out in real time. So, Uber drivers, is your job safe from the robot revolution? Absolutely not. The countdown has already started.
On presentations, it often looks like robots will quickly replace drivers. But in reality, full replacement is probably still far away. So right now, this looks more like experimentation than a complete transition.